Admiral William H. McRaven's Sea Stories, My Life in Special Operations, is a candid, often humorous memoir that traces a remarkable career in the U.S. Navy and Special Operations, blending frontline anecdotes with leadership lessons forged under extreme pressure. McRaven opens with his early years, growing up in Texas, attending the University of Texas, and then entering the Naval Academy, setting the stage for a life shaped by discipline, duty, and a relentless commitment to service. From there, the narrative moves into the crucible of SEAL training, where McRaven learned the fundamentals that would guide him through decades of operations: teamwork, perseverance, humility, and the moral weight of command. He recounts training's brutal rites of passage not as glorification of toughness, but as the formation of character and the forging of bonds that sustain men and women in combat. The heart of the book is a series of vivid operational vignettes spanning Vietnam, the Cold War, and the post-9/11 era. McRaven describes covert missions, hostage rescues, and high-stakes planning sessions with clarity and restraint, giving readers a sense of the tactical complexity and human cost behind headline operations. He reflects on missions that succeeded and those that did not, using each story to illuminate the ethical dilemmas and split-second decisions that define special operations. Among the most gripping accounts are his involvement in the capture of Saddam Hussein, the rescue of Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates, and the planning of the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. Each story is told with respect for the men and women who carried out the missions, and with an awareness of the immense responsibility borne by commanders. Interwoven with action are portraits of the people who mattered most: fellow SEALs, intelligence partners, and the civilians whose lives were affected by conflict, reminding readers that warfare is ultimately about human lives, not just strategy. McRaven highlights the camaraderie and trust that define special operations units, showing how bonds forged in training and combat become lifelines in moments of crisis. He also acknowledges the sacrifices of families who endure long absences and the uncertainty of dangerous missions. Leadership is the book's central theme. McRaven translates battlefield experience into practical guidance for leading under uncertainty: the importance of clear intent, the necessity of trusting subordinates, the duty to prepare meticulously, and the courage to accept responsibility when outcomes are imperfect. He stresses that effective leaders cultivate resilience in their teams, create environments where honest feedback is welcomed, and never ask others to do what they themselves will not do. Humility and accountability recur as moral imperatives. McRaven is unafraid to critique decisions, acknowledge mistakes, and honor those who paid the highest price. Beyond tactics and leadership, Sea Stories is reflective about the personal toll of a life in special operations. McRaven addresses the strain on family life, the burden of secrecy, and the psychological scars that can linger long after deployments end. He writes about the rituals and routines, small acts of normalcy, that help sustain him and his teammates, and he advocates for care, support, and honest conversation about the costs of service. The memoir also offers moments of quiet wisdom, lessons learned on humility, the value of preparation, and the simple power of doing the right thing even when it is hard. Stylistically, the book balances crisp reportorial detail with warmth and self-awareness. McRaven's voice is that of a seasoned commander who has seen much but remains grounded by gratitude and a sense of duty. He closes by connecting individual stories to broader principles. Leadership is service, courage is contagious, and the measure of a mission is how it honors the people involved. Sea Stories is therefore both a soldier's chronicle and a manual for principled leadership, appealing to readers interested in military history, leadership, and the human dimensions of high-risk work.